Hi, how's everyone doing today? I'm really excited about today. We have Dr. Nyack coming on. She is going to talk to us a little bit about coronavirus. Oh, here she is. Hi, come join us. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a ton of fun today. I'm just waiting to connect. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just waiting for everybody to connect here. And then we'll be all set. We're going to talk a little bit about coronavirus. We're going to talk about Stresscleanse MD today. Can you send hi again? I don't think I can. Hide. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We are all set.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank
zoom
you.
out a little.
Thank you for joining us. I didn't know that I could connect you. So that was good. That was good that I figured out how to do that.
Good, I'm glad.
So I was telling everyone yesterday that I'm really excited to have you on today. So please tell us all about you. Let's start with that.
Okay,
I love it.
I'll keep it brief, but well, I guess what I'll say is, I'm Prianca Nyack. First and foremost, I'm a woman, and after that, I would say I'm a mom, wife, and then doctor.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good order. That's a good order.
Yeah. Well, because I was a woman before all that, so
yeah,
I still am. And I guess, I'm just trying to figure it out like the rest of us and live my best life. That's pretty much simply put. I won't really drone on more about me, but yeah. So
yeah. So and you have a son, yes. And you
yes,
are currently...
I have a 2-year-old son. His name is Stellan. I'm also married to a physician, so that makes for like interesting, dinner talk and
yeah.
And the stress level has most certainly like increased in the Patel household over here. So,
I totally
as if it wasn't bad enough to have 2 physicians married to each other, but in the era of COVID, it's good. It's like really putting us through like, an Olympic like marathon.
Yeah.
So
I
feel like in the end, I feel good about
it. So tell me, just your thoughts on all of this, especially your physician, your husband's a physician. He is still in the hospital, I would think, or, you guys are being exposed maybe more than others. So tell me about what you've been seeing, how you're feeling about all of this.
Yeah. So I think in general, it's a whole level of suck for everyone. Yeah. Everybody's dealing with their own personal nightmare. And I understand that like through my friends who are not physicians. The physician nightmare is a little different. Be it if you're taking care of COVID patients or possible COVID patients and you don't know, right? That's the scary part. Right. So I see a lot of patients every day and I'm still physically seeing them. So what I do is I pretty much take precaution with every patient I see because everybody has it until proven otherwise, right?
Right.
And in terms of, I think, preparation, we go to hospitals, long-term acute care facilities, assisted livings, nursing homes. They all have like a different level of preparedness, just depending on like the corporate, whoever like runs the place, right? So some places are really excellent and they're spot on. They have like the preparation, they've got the testing kits in-house with like a 24-hour turnaround, which is incredible. Wow. They have the PPE. Other places are lagging. So, it's really varies across the board. Luckily, I think our area, I know Princeton is getting pretty saturated. I work in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, so it's still a little bit behind that, although I don't know where it's going to be in the next couple weeks. So as this keeps happening, I think there are just improvements as we go along, like universal masking and things like that. So I think the hardest thing for me is I'm in fight or flight mode like every day when I leave the house, like trying not to catch it. And living in that heightened state is obviously very exhausting. And also that's like the anti what I try to do. Like stress cleanse is not,
Yeah. anyone who doesn't know, like, this woman is like zen, like get up, meditate,
right,
want to like keep a cool mind, and this is
yes,
like the opposite.
this is like the polar opposite. So like
Yeah.
I've always tried to be calm and collected, and so I go out there and then I'm freaking out on the inside, and
Yep.
but I get through my day and then I come home and I'm just grateful, that I haven't caught it today or that I know of, right? So,
right.
but what I would say is I'm sure there are questions out there like what can we do at home? How are we going to protect ourselves, right? Because everybody's at risk for this. It's not just the healthcare workers. So the main thing I think through like whatever research I've done, trying to learn about it, just even, quell my own fears is, keeping your hands clean and just don't touch your face. Like do not touch your face under any circumstances. Even when you're at home, I think, because let's say, your husband goes out and he gets like groceries or something, he comes back, he's touched something and then he's contaminating the house or whatever. Right. So as long as you really,
you broke up. Wait for it.
Those eyes Krispies fly, like don't touch your eyes, don't touch your nose, and wash your hands before you like eat, And I think if people do that, like it's pretty tough to catch otherwise. So I basically have gotten in the habit of I just don't touch my face.
Hard. And I think like when you tell people don't touch their face, like all they want to do is touch their face, right? It's kind of like I think people in healthcare get it because when you're in the operating room, like that's a huge no-no. You can't touch your face, right? And I actually just put myself in like mental, like constant OR status mode. So when I'm in the OR, I can't, I'm holding my phone here. I'll put it down so I can show you guys. So I stand like this, like with my hands here. And I found I do that now all the time. Like if I'm in public, like I'm just in mental operating room mode where I'm like, don't touch my face. I'm going to keep my hands like close to my chest or like, in that kind of like sterile zone in a way. So I don't know if that would help anyone because it's really hard when you think, don't touch your face, don't touch your face. But if you kind of do something with your hands close to your body, that kind of will prevent you from going upwards.
I love that. That's a great tip.
And it's not easy. It's not easy to not touch your face if you're not used to it.
And then I feel like you itch more. Like I feel like my nose itches all day long, like more than it ever did before, Yeah. But I was scratching it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it definitely is the case. It's just like, if you can't do it, you want to do it. I mean, that's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. So tell us, beyond all this chaos with COVID, you guys working, as we were saying, for people that just jumped on, this is Dr. Nyack. She is an awesome physician in the area. She also runs Stresscleanse MD. She likes to keep us calm and soothed during these chaotic times. So what are you doing to try to keep that stress level down? Like, what does your day look like that's helping you take that level, like from here to maybe even like here?
Yeah. So this has been really good for me in the sense that I always had like a routine for the stress management. But now I'm much more disciplined about it. Like I don't So normally it's exercise for me like regularly, at least 3 to 4 times a week for 30 minutes or so. And then
what's exercise to you? Is that
like I hate exercise. I didn't start exercising until after I had my son to like really
fine.
But I do the Peloton. So I do the Peloton, and Alexa Fan Wellness actually has been helping me with some core strengthening as well. So that's really good. So we add that to the like regimen a couple days a week when I can squeeze it in.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what I do. And I'm active like otherwise throughout the day, but that's my exercise. Doesn't take long. So the main thing in the self-care and routine is if you can't, like you have to make the time, but if you can't find time and you're really pressed, do 10 minutes. Like it's still going to give you endorphins. You're going to feel better. Like if I don't have time and I've got a packed day, I'll do 20 minutes on my bike and I'm done, but it's something, right?
Right.
Same with the meditation. So meditation, ideally I like to do 20 minutes, but if I'm really pressed, I'll do 10. So when I have, when I have more time on my hands on the weekends, I'll do like 30, 45 minutes. But I think for those of you out there who are wondering about meditation, it can be very daunting. And I think the best way to do it is to do it for like 2 minutes a day, or like 2 minutes a few times a week. That's it. It's not very long. And I think if you do it for a couple minutes, you'll start realizing it's not so scary, and you might like it. And then once you like it, you'll do more. So
I actually read recently, I'm reading the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle.
Okay.
It's number one, I keep talking about it like every day. I just keep saying everyone needs to read this book. It is so good. But she said that she was in a place where, and she didn't even really realize she was meditating, but she was just in such a deep, dark, bad place that she went into her closet, closed the door, and just made herself sit there, like you said, for 2 minutes. And then 2 minutes turned into 5 minutes, that turned into 10 minutes, that turned into 20 minutes. And she said, you have to, it's like your brain is a muscle too, and you need to sort of strengthen it over time. So setting your expectations, like you said, at like a 2 minute mark is fair, and you're not failing at meditating by just doing it for 2 minutes. It's a great starting point. So do you have, what do you do? Like if you sit there for 2 minutes, what are you supposed to do in those 2 minutes?
So I suggest getting like an app of some sort just to like guide you through it. I started with Headspace, which has like 2-3 minutes. Like you can start like the starter kit, which is free. And also free for all healthcare professionals if there's anyone listening for like a year. But anyway, what you do is that's like a nice feature. But you sit, you really feel your body, you get comfortable, sit with dignity, feel the weight of your body. And then once you kind of have like a grasp of just your body, then you start with like a body scan. You take a few long, deep breaths, like 8 or 9 inhale, 8 or 9 exhale. That gets you kind of centered. And then once you do that, you literally just, you notice each breath. You start with the inhale to the exhale, and then you start over again with the next breath. And you keep starting over again. And if your mind wanders, you know what's happening, like a feeling or a thought or sensation. And then you literally just gently bring yourself back. It's as simple as that. And the goal over time is really to get some distance from your emotions. And like that way in life, you can practice that. Like you can breathe. And when you feel that anxiety coming, like the tightening in your throat or whatever, your chest, wherever, right? Feel it in your body. And you're like, oh, it's the anxiety again. Huh. There it is. And then you breathe. And then it's more it just feels more manageable.
It's just a matter of acknowledging it and releasing it.
Exactly.
Like
you let it in. Like we're also, I feel like we're conditioned to be like, oh my God, I feel stressed and anxious. Like get this feeling out of here, like just get it out. But this just helps you kind of sit with it. And I think that over time, it makes it less of like an enemy. And then it really just becomes more a part of you, and perhaps just lessens over time by letting it in,
Yes. I love that. That's a really good idea. So we're saying start at 2 minutes a day and then build accordingly. Do you feel like there's a time of day that's best to do it, or is it just really when you feel like it works for your schedule?
So I think everybody's different. I think the morning time is probably the best before your husband and your kids like invade your life, right? So like first thing, if you can do it first thing, I think that's the best time before anybody's up or whatever. But any time of day when you find that you get a little bit of time to yourself, you could fit it in. But you can even do it before you brush your teeth if you can do that alone. I mean, the problem is obviously kids are just running rampant. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like utter chaos at all times. So tell us, you also have a website that we can go to and utilize. You have a blog where you have some really, really great posts. So tell us a little bit more about that aspect of your business.
Yeah. So, I think what actually got me into it, I've always been a stress out kind of person, stress in college, stress in medical school, and so on and so forth. And that was part of who I was. And I was good with that. And, I had my son, and, I wasn't sleeping in the 3rd trimester. By the time he was born and he wasn't sleeping, it was acute on chronic sleep deprivation. And then I really started like going over the edge. And I realized, you know, I have to do something. Like this isn't sustainable. This isn't manageable. What am I going to do? And that's how I figured out my routine, you know, with the self-care that we already talked about. And then I thought to myself, I wish there had been someone, you know, that I could have spoken to at this time. Like it was so hard. Yeah. And I was kind of like talking, I didn't have that many friends who had children. So I was kind of just talking to a couple people and I felt really alone. And, you know, the idea that if you're not doing it perfectly or whatever it is, like you're not failing, you know, and we're all like, I think it's, you know, in line with your platform, but we're not alone, right? Like, we're all out here struggling. You know, it sucks sometimes.
It sucks a lot of times.
Doing the best we can. So, you know, trying to figure out how do we fill that cup, like for ourselves, because nobody's going to do it besides you, you know?
Right.
And men just don't function the same way. So I don't think they can fully ever understand like what we go through, like on a day-to-day. And that's fine. Like, but you know, it's up to us to kind of get a grip on that. So that's the idea behind like Stresscleanse. And I have some articles on there about meditation and morning routine and, you know, my breakout piece probably was my, you know, the mom shaming and vulnerability that I felt as a new mom, how hard that was. And and I think that's a very, you know, powerful time in a woman's life, but also can be very isolating. So
it's weird because you think you wouldn't really be isolated because everyone's always reaching out. How are you? Oh, this is so exciting. But it's like you're really trying to rediscover yourself, you know, as like this new role. And it's super isolating because you start reevaluating everything about everything. At least I did and still do kind of, you know. So it definitely, you have some really good points and good articles on your blog. I really urge everyone to go check them out because they're very relatable because of that. So I remember reading them and thinking like, wow, this is totally on point. Like this is how I felt, you know, going through the stages of like learning how to be a mom, like burnout. You talk a lot, you know, not a lot, but you talked about burnout and, you know, how we manage that. So speaking of that burnout, like what do you think are the key contributors to burnout and what simple changes can we make in our daily lives to sort of decrease that sensation?
Yeah. So, you know, I think burnout is different for everybody. I would say it's when you feel like mentally, emotionally drained and you're not gratified with your life. You know, I wouldn't point fingers at work. I just think that it's everything put together. And the antidote, I think, to this burnout is different for each individual. But really what it's about is taking care of yourself and giving yourself the self-compassion, love, you know, and doing that, whatever it is for you that you feel helps with, you know, dealing with the stress. That's the antidote. And also the universal, to me, I think as human beings, the universal antidote is connection and connecting with other people. So if you can connect with your family or friends or in a community, you feel that connection that other people are, you know, they're feeling the same way you do. And that is a very powerful, you know, antidote as well.
Yes, I completely agree. I think connection is so important. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why I started my platform as well. I think it's important that beyond the internet connection that people get, that as you're saying, get out in the community, make those physical connections with other humans. It's so, so important, especially during this phase of our lives, you know, to be able to rely on other women, like you said, women that are through this and struggling as well. And also, I think keeping an open mind in terms of what your stress reliever is. As you become like this new person, this, you know, really this adult, you know, what maybe worked for you in the past might not work for you or your lifestyle anymore. And sometimes it makes it more stressful trying to like do those things that used to be your de-stressor that now can't be your de-stressor anymore. You know, like I know for me that like increased my anxiety a lot. So ironically, like I really like gardening now. Like who knew? Like if you asked me that 10 years ago, no chance. Like, no, thank you. not my thing, right? I couldn't tell you what a single flower was, what it looked like, nothing. And then over time, like I realized because I could be at the house with my kids, they could help me, they could find worms while I'm doing this. And then I'm cultivating and growing, you know, these pretty things over time. And that is very soothing to me, you know? So being able to like kind of shift your mindset on what maybe worked for you in the past versus what's working for you now in your daily life, I think is important too, for sure.
Agreed. Totally.
Yeah.
As I said, I never exercised a day in my life. I hated it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, there you go. See, so there, like, it wasn't your thing, and now it's kind of become your thing, and that's really, really cool. I like that. I keep looking in the back. I love your pink couch, by the
way. Thanks. Oh my God, this is my, you know, so Neil, if you're listening, when we moved into our house, there was an office, and the husband and wife shared it. And I was like, oh, look, we can share an office. And he was like, absolutely not. And he made it his man cave. Oh. Plus, I have a boy. So I'm the only, you know, I'm the only XX in my house.
Yep.
So I said, you know what, that spare bedroom, I'm going to make it my like female area. Yeah. So this is my like woman's.
I love it.
I have a pink couch. Pretty sure it's not like for anybody else, but me and my girlfriends love it.
I love it. It's great. I was looking, I have pink decor in my back because it was for my daughter's birthday. So I like hung streamers.
Oh, nice.
Like hot pink streamers everywhere, but whatever. So I'm like, oh, we have a nice pink like pop in both our backgrounds going on.
I love it.
Yeah, it's the best. Oh, there he is. Do you see him? What's up? See, he sees your pink stuff too. So anyway, moving back on to everything that we were talking about. So you alluded to some of your favorite blog pieces. Tell me about that piece and why it was so important to you and why it's your favorite and what inspired you to write it.
Yeah. So, you know, in this time I've actually found in general, writing is really therapeutic for me. And I'm actually writing a lot about this, you know, COVID journey too, and being in the mental depression. So I'll package that up eventually. But, you know, so I felt so alone. You know, I talked to a couple mom friends, and one mom, the mom friend that I cite in the article, she's like, you know, it's just hard. Like basically like, shut up, you know, suck it up.
Right. Deal with it.
Take a hike.
Yeah.
And that was so like jarring for me because I felt like I was being vulnerable and I was looking for some validation or looking to relate, and I didn't get it. Yeah. And that led me to think, I know I'm not the only one. Like maybe I'm being open about the fact that I'm having a tough time, like being a new mom, but I can't be like, this is not some like solitary thing. So I thought,
no,
let me like put this on paper and put it out there. You know, and just the new momness and juggling a million things at once and feeling super chaotic and just, you know, totally. And then also just the journey of, you know, realizing that, yeah, maybe I don't need to breastfeed my son throughout the night. Like maybe I stop that. Maybe I get a good night's sleep, and then I'm a better person and mother for him in the end, you know? And that pressure, I think that new moms have to breastfeed too, which it's a great thing, but if you can't, you can't, or if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't, you know? So that was also a big part of moving forward for me. It took one friend who told me, listen, she was like, I'm going to tell you, you don't sound good. Like you need to sleep. And
that's a good friend.
She was like, I think you need, she's like, you can't have it all. She's like, you can't have, you know, like basically breastfeeding all the time and feeling okay. And she was like, you have to pick. And so I picked that. And that was the turning point. And then that was how I just kind of got myself, I wouldn't even say back to normal. I would say better than I was even before, you know?
Oh, wow.
I think you have to really evaluate, I don't know, I guess being a mother kind of, obviously it changes everything, and you have to evaluate your life in ways that you never thought about when you were busy, you know, going to happy hour and, you know, eating out all the time and having a great time. But it really forced me to be better. And I see that you're saying I struggle. Yes, we are all struggling, girl, every day.
We are. We really are. Here we are struggling together with our pink decor to make it still a little better. But no, you're right. I always have said for me, it's the stamina that has been the hardest for me to accept is the stamina of motherhood. You know, that it's like there is no break. It's just every day, constantly like go, 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 go. And some of us are lucky enough, you know, to get breaks, whether it be from friends or family or, you know, whatever it is. But there's so many of us out there that aren't able to get those breaks. And my heart goes out to those women. Like, I can't imagine, you know,
Yeah.
how that is. You struggled too. And it took your friend telling you, yeah, formula wasn't illegal. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You need to do what's best. I've always I've had my one baby was breastfed, my one wasn't, the other was a combo. So I'm like, you do what's right for you, what works for you and your baby, and you don't owe anyone an explanation, truthfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't ever feel guilty about that. We learn how to get easy and be happy. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of people on here that are feeling you for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's one thing I haven't really had. I guess, you know, I'm on my own battle out there when I leave the house, but I have not been forced to stay indoors with multiple children and, you know, really live that joy that is homeschool learning.
I mean,
that sounds like a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie.
We gave up this week a little. I mean, my daughter's 5, so it's not like we're doing like crazy stuff, but it's very hard to motivate her to want to learn. Like, they have the class Zoom calls, but my 2-year-old. But she's just like, it's hard to have a 5-year-old like sit and watch. So I emailed the teacher and just said, listen, like, I'm doing my best here, but this isn't really going well. So we haven't even like logged in today to do it, but luckily they record it and upload it. And then if she feels motivated later, we'll whatever try. But it's, yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. Especially when you're trying to get thoughts down on, like you said, down on paper. Like, I'm trying to like zone in to an idea, you know, and schedule things and whatever, do work. And, it's like sometimes 30 seconds of work and other times it's like,
yeah,
you know, maybe 10 at best. And then I'm up and, you know, trying to get everyone corralled. So yeah. It's not easy for anyone. I mean, that's why I sent my angry post out this morning. Like, this is such a mind fuck. Like, this is literally like just all over the place. So I think your tips are going to be super helpful in terms of de-stressing us leading into a weekend. We don't have work tomorrow. So I really urge everyone to go to Dr. Nayak's website, Stresscleanse MD, as yes, Sydney. Stress. Okay, go. Oh, and you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi.
Say hi. Yeah. There's one. But yes, stresscleansemd.com. Follow her. We are gonna get some stuff out for you. Yeah, sorry, we're potty
on
training.
Instagram.
We're gonna keep
follow
talking.
me or direct message me or email me at stresscleansemd@gmail.com.
Yes.
I'm doing free consultations in the time of COVID, so
yes.
Take
so
advantage.
everyone contact her. Do your free consultation. It's well worth it. Now we're in the potty room. Please take the closing remarks for me.
Okay, yes. So please check out my website, Instagram, and get in touch with me. Either direct message me on Instagram or stresscleansemd@gmail.com, www.stresscleansemd.com. Check it out. And you are not alone. Ashley has created this wonderful platform. Take advantage of that. So thank you, everyone, for joining in.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. We'll get all of that information out to everyone. And please come on again soon. I love it. It was fun.
On the COVID journey.
Yes, the first of many, I think.
Looks like that, yeah.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
So good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yes. All right, we will talk soon.
Yep.
Have a good lunch, everybody. And hopefully we helped you out a little bit today. Happy Friday.
Yay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.